What's a blind spot? I remember learning how to drive, and blind spot was something my father continued to hammer into my brain, right? Because the rearview mirror provides a perspective of the past and what's behind me. I'm driving along, this is what's behind me. I can see behind me. The rearview mirror is not how I want to live my life, by the way. I want to live in front. But I also need to kind of know what's going on and have a reference. So when I'm driving, that was always an important thing to make sure you're learning. The two mirrors on the side, our side view mirrors, they provide a perspective of what's beside us. It's our peripheral. It gives us a chance to kind of see the things around us, not just what's in front of us, not just what's behind us, but around us. But there's always one spot that we have to be mindful of. We've got to be able to check our blind spot. At least you used to have to when your car didn't do all of it for you. I understand that many cars today do all these things for you, and mine now buzzes and my seat shakes and I kind of know what's going on, but I go back to this reference for one thing and one thing only. I love the word blind spot because it's a nice way of saying weakness. A weakness in the move you make when you're driving could be not seeing something that you should have seen coming. A blind spot is something I often refer to as a weakness, right? A weakness is a blind spot, but our strengths turned up too loud are usually our actual blind spots. So being humble and normal, me, I've talked about it before, I'm high energy, I'm go. I definitely know that I can talk. That makes these videos actually worth listening to some extent. But if I don't balance the way that I do those things can be turned up too loud. That can be a blind spot. In a meeting with a new client, I have to listen as much as I talk. You know, these are things that just are personal that you learn in the first couple years of your career till 2 decades later, right? But whatever you have as a strength, I bet you if you turn that strength up too loud, it's going to be a blind spot. And blind spots are really important to actually recognize, right? That self-awareness of understanding what are our blind spots. What's your blind spot? What are you doing to actually mitigate that blind spot? I think being aware and self-aware of our blind spots is something that really helps you be the best version of yourself. It helps you be the best version in business, helps you be the best version at home. You know, it helps you avoid things. How many times does something that you're focused on, that you register as a blind spot, that you know that this is going to cause a reaction in you and you need to be prepared? And knowing your blind spots allows you just to take 5 seconds to breathe, to respond instead of react, whether it be in business, whether it be in life and family, whatever it may be. Knowing our blind spots makes us more successful. Maybe we have a really relaxed look at the world, and because we're so relaxed, it makes our health a blind spot. It makes doing things for ourselves and being active hard because we're very chill, we're very relaxed. I wouldn't know anything about that, by the way, so I would probably know the opposite. Maybe it's that you have to go so fast and so hard and such high energy that you have to force yourself to slow down. So these are things I've built into my schedule over the years. I've built in things like self-care, workouts, personal training, healthcare, all those things. I build them out because it's a blind spot. Because when you're sprinting, sometimes it gets very difficult to be aware of those things. So I love to bring this around because everybody has weaknesses. But when you say the word blind spot, it feels so much better than a weakness. A weakness feels debilitating. It feels like it breaks you. But a blind spot is something you can recover from if you check it, if you're aware of it, if you're honest with yourself about it. I'm really shocked, and I'm still shocked every day at how many people don't know their own blind spots. I'm shocked at how many people don't take the time to better understand themselves. They're so busy in the world judging every other person out there and what they're doing wrong, they're not actually looking in the mirror to identify what they could be doing better, what they could be doing right. Life is not about what somebody else is doing. It's really about what we're doing, and our blind spots show us the way to get better. They show us how to strengthen our ability so that we can be the best version of ourselves. In sports, if you're a soccer player and you're a right foot dominant player, you have to work on a weakness or a blind spot, which is your opposite off foot. It's something that the more you work, the better it gets. Practice is amazing. It makes everything better. If I juggle with my left foot and my right foot, all of a sudden my left foot gets more used to feeling the ball. It gets used to identifying the things that it wasn't used to before. This is something that we would coach kids on all the time. Just touch it with your off foot all the time, because the more you touch it, the more comfortable that becomes. The less uncomfortable you get. And you know what makes a blind spot really bad? When you get uncomfortable. If your strength turned up too loud is a weakness, and somebody calls attention to that weakness or blind spot, as we call it, you often lean heavily into it. You lean more heavily into it. I have been told to lower my voice before, where I am loud and excited and I don't like it. Because I'm bringing energy and that's who I am. But guess why I don't like it? Because I should have known better already. I didn't check my blind spot. I didn't check the room. I didn't identify what's going on. You know, I'm humble on here to tell everybody that we talk to the very things that I'm thinking about and the things that I do. This isn't about me telling you how to check your own blind spots, but it's just making awareness of some of the things that I've done and some of the things I see every day in leadership and in our teams and in people, that whether it's just kids we're coaching or teammates we're coaching. These are things that the more we check our blind spots, the better prepared we're going to be for life, the better version of ourselves we're going to be. So today, what's your blind spot? What's your strength? Turn it up too loud. See if that turns out to be your blind spot. I'd love to hear it below. Tell me, comment, give me your ideas, share with me, and follow some of our other videos, because we talk about strengths, we talk about blind spots, and we talk about a lot of these things that go together. I'd love for you to watch some of the other videos and enjoy them. Thanks for joining me.